What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Dogecoin today. I made a video earlier today, a live stream talking about it a little bit. Not just Dogecoin, but I was talking about some cryptos, and Dogecoin was in there. I'm going to do a quick rendition of that, and then just kind of give a more immediate term price analysis as well. So this stuff I've talked about in plenty of videos. I think every single video I make about Dogecoin. You take the first all-time high to the current all-time low, probably the all-time low forevermore. You could see that the first bull rally we had, we broke above the 1618, just barely, but we broke above it. Okay, we definitely broke above the 1272 and the 1414, but we broke just barely above the 1618. We go from that high there, measuring with our fib, that high anchor, we put it at the last cycle's low. We can see again, we broke above the 1618. We broke above the 1272, the 1414. We broke above the 1618, but this time dramatically more, up to the 2272 or the 2414. We didn't break above the 2414, but we got right around there. And we're holding support actually right now. Wouldn't you know it? Resistance at the 2414, support at the 1414. Isn't that kind of crazy how fibs work, man? I think that there's like some symmetry in this. It's nice to see, but ultimately what's going on is we've broken through the 1618 twice in both the previous bull markets that we've had. We are in the midst of another bull market with crypto, and Dogecoin I do think is going to go lower than this. Pay attention, than this price here. I really do think it's going to go lower than this, but pay attention, right? Where if I move this down, these lines are moving up, right? I move this down, these lines go up. So if we don't get a bottom that's lower than this, then these are the lines. If we do get a bottom that's lower than this, then these lines only go higher. Okay, so keep that in mind. And where could we go on a low basis? Maybe we go to this high down here, which is below 2 cents. Maybe we only go to like 4 cents. I'm kind of expecting around 3.5 cents, between 3 and 4 cents. So I feel like 3.5 cents right in the middle there. That's a fine estimate to make. And I have a couple reasons for that. We can go over that before I get into what I was about to say. But from top to bottom here. You bounced right off the 0.5 there. Let's see, from bottom to top here, actually, you also bounced right off the 0.5. So Dogecoin likes its 0.5 area, right? From top to bottom here, you found resistance on the 0.5 there. So if we take the bottom to the top of this range, the 0.5 is right there at 3.1 cents. And I bet we would see a bottom somewhere around that, if not a little bit above that. So somewhere probably below 3.5 cents, but I feel more comfortable saying between 3 and 4 cents, somewhere around there. I think the 0.5 is going to be something that we should keep a close eye on. It's also where, on a monthly basis, where the bottom of this wick is, which was at, let's see, that's at like 2.9 cents. That's actually just below 3 cents. Right? You can see it's just below that 0.5 line. I don't think that we go below 0.5. We could, though. Just something to kind of keep in mind. Anyways, what I was getting to was that we've gone above the 1618 both times in the previous bull markets. Could we do that now? If this was the low, if we don't go lower, as I'm predicting, if we don't go lower than that low there, then that would mean that this is the potential 1618. If we do go lower, then this 1618 is only going to get higher. Is it possible that we break above this 1618? Well, according to the last bull markets, yes, it is possible. And I actually just did the math on this thing, man. If we did $4 times, and I did 150 billion, 150.6 billion, because for Dogecoin, if it will let me go, for Dogecoin there is right now, if it'll do it, 140.5 billion coins. There are 5 billion coins, just a little over 5 billion coins that are printed off every single year for Dogecoin. So 140, 2 years from now is whenever the bull market's supposed to top off or whatever, around 2 years from now. So I added 10, 150. Back to the calculator, 150 billion, 0.6. I even added a little bit. If we were to be at $4, that would be a $602 billion market cap, 602.4, 602 billion, 400 million. Dollar market cap. That is insane. That is incredible. That is extraordinarily high. But if any coin could do it, man, a coin that has been around since 2013, that has never been rug pulled, that's seen this absolutely bullish mega structure here, just higher lows on higher highs. It's talked about by billionaires. Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, Vlad Tenev, they all publicly support Dogecoin. There's probably other billionaires that support it, but they're not public advocates of it. There's talk of Elon Musk implementing Dogecoin in X, which he has gone on file to say he wants X to be the future of financial infrastructure and transacting things. He wants it to be the best thing that's ever that's ever been invented as far as that goes. So, you know, implementing Dogecoin in something like that could just really skyrocket the price as well. And, you know, out of all cryptos, it's one of the few cryptos that actually are capable. You can use it to buy real world goods. You know, not all cryptos. Sorry guys, I had to clap. There's a spider, or not a spider, a fly. I was the spider in that sense. That might have been a little loud. I'm sorry, but had a fly. It's been bothering me, and I think I just got it. So anyways, moving on from there. Moving on from that. I do think that Dogecoin has a very good future in store for it. And if this is the low, if we don't go lower, the 1618 is right there, just under $4. So this number, 602 billion, it would actually be a little bit smaller than that, a little bit lower than that. Is this number possible? Absolutely, it's possible. Is it likely? Maybe it's not likely. Even with the fact that we have broken through the 1618 in both of the past cycles, that's a bit of a stretch. Right, $600 billion is a bit of a stretch. I am hopeful, and I believe that it is possible. Everything that I just said about Dogecoin gives it validity and total plausibility that it could reach a market cap this high. It's totally possible. That and the fact that the dollar is just constantly inflationary. If it doesn't see it in this cycle, it will inevitably see a price that high, because yes, while Dogecoin's inflationary too at an infinite rate, the dollar is at inflationary at an infinite rate, but way more. Dogecoin only prints off like just over 5 billion coins a year. The dollar prints off whatever it wants to print off, and it doesn't stop. It'll only become more and more. So Dogecoin's inflationary, but at a deflationary rate. The rate of its inflation will only go down over time. It's a fixed rate of coins that gets put out. So as the circulating supply expands and that fixed rate is there, that fixed rate becomes a smaller amount of the circulating supply. So it's inflationary at a deflationary rate, if that makes sense. Where the dollar is inflationary at an inflationary rate, or even if it's at a constant rate, it's at an inflationary amount of dollars, if that makes sense. So ultimately what I'm trying to get at is a market cap like this is not only possible in our lifetimes, but I would say it's likely. It's gonna happen at some point. If it doesn't happen in this cycle, it's gonna happen at some point. But I'm getting away from the point that I'm trying to make. The point that I'm trying to make is that if we don't see the 1618, where could we go? Maybe we go to the 1414, which is at $2.26, 27 cents. Maybe we go to the 1272, which is at $1.54. These would be the lowest extensions that we've ever seen in Dogecoin's history. But even that is fantastic, man. It's absolutely incredible. Like if we look at the current price right down here at, what's it at, 7.6 cents. A move up to the 1272, the minimum area of extension, would be about a 20 and a half X right there. It says 1900%, but that is a 20X right there. 1900 is a 20X. The reason why is because the 100% that you would take to get to 2000%, you already own, you own 100%. So whenever you see 100% growth, that's actually a 2X. A 200% growth is a 3X. Take that all the way up to 1900% growth, it's a 20X, not a 19X. Anyways, you can see a 20X. If it goes to the 1414, you could see a 29X. You really freaking could, man. It's insane. Let alone if this thing goes lower, right? If we were to go, you know, maybe you buy it down here. Maybe you buy it at about 6 cents. Maybe it goes lower than that. Maybe you buy it down at like 3.1 cents, which is like where it could go, right? Then you have a 70X at the 1414. Then you have a 47X. But don't forget, y'all, don't forget that if we were to go this low, right around 3.1, let's even say it's at 3.6, sure, 3.59. The 1272 and the 1414 and the 1618, they only get higher, actually. They only get higher. So, I said this in one of my previous videos, like a Rastafari, they only get higher. Or it only gets higher. Anyways, from that low to that high there, you're at a 46.5x. From there, you're at again, still about a 71, 72x. And then to the 1618, you're well over a 100x. So, are spectacular things in store for Dogecoin? I absolutely think they are. But first, I have this line drawn down here for a reason. I do think that we're going to go lower. So let's look at that right now. You know, we actually have enough data on the monthly. I'm kind of curious, what's the RSI look like? Nothing to really go off of. So anyways, we're going to go Doge USD on, let's do Coinbase, yeah. Or we can do Binance, why not? We'll do Binance. Yeah, there's more historical data on Binance, and the USD chart has the most volume out of all of crypto, so let's do that. On a weekly basis here, you can see that we've got, it's not really hidden bearish divergence, right? But you are pretty close to that top, or here you're nowhere near that top. So that doesn't look good. You're kind of in this area where you've rejected before. You know, you rejected it here, rejected it here, rejected it there, rejected it there. Like, you're kind of in this overall area where you've rejected it. Continue producing these kind of inline descending lows, right? I bet that we do see an overbought or oversold week. The you know, I'm kind of curious actually. Let's go back. Doge USD on Bittrex here. What has the bottom looked like before? I mean, we've been here. We were really close to the oversold zone on this previous bottom. On the very first and the current all-time low, we were oversold. So yeah, I do think that we're going to go lower. I don't think that this is close enough at all. I do think, well, to be fair, this low here is in the oversold range. And I mean, the only other time on the weekly that we've been oversold was at the all-time low. So could that have been the bottom? Making an argument against myself here. Possibly. It is possible, but I don't think so, man. I do think that this weekly RSI looks bearish. We did reject the bullish area of control. Oh, wow. On this week, it shows hidden bearish divergence. But Doge USDT on Binance, you don't get that. You don't get that. I don't know. I would still say it is kind of hidden bearish divergence to some degree, but all you've got really on the price is a lower high. You've got lower lows. After a lower high, what do? You go to form a lower low. Or if you're going to change the trend, you go to form a higher low, which still would imply lower price action either way. So if you're looking to buy Dogecoin, maybe wait a little bit. If this was to make a higher low, you would probably see it form around 6.1 to like 6.3 cents, something like that. Maybe at a minimum around 7 cents. You're at 7.5 cents now, so that's still a little bit of a ways away from the current price. Could we go up from here in the meantime, like up back around 8 cents? Yeah, it's possible. I don't know if we do, but let's look on the daily to kind of see. Are we above the 50? We are not. We are below the 50. We're above the purple line. You guys know what that means. I would consider that a great time to sell. Anytime that you are below the 50 but above the purple line, this is a selling area, right? And over here, you were above the 50 over here and above the purple line, but you had this bearish divergence. High here, lower high, high here. It was not bearish divergence. I don't know. It didn't look good on an RSI perspective, and I don't know. That might have thrown some people off. It might have thrown me off even, but I wasn't planning on buying it back there for sure. I've actually been bearish on Dogecoin for quite a while. I'm ultimately bullish, but I'm still waiting for lower prices. So I don't know. I didn't get faked out by that over there. We are bouncing off the 50, where we found resistance before. This is good to bounce, but the thing is, oh, I guess we didn't bounce off the 50. No, we're kind of disrespecting it. Actually, looking at it more closely. So yeah, I'm not expecting good things to come from this. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit higher there, double top-ish over here. Let's see if this is anything from top to bottom. Yeah, you're holding the 382 as resistance. I do think you want to go lower. If and when you go lower, you probably will break out of this kind of ascending low structure that you've been forming since June of this year. Yeah, so I don't know. That's kind of my overall idea on this thing. Is that, let's see. I don't know. The 4 hour is looking kind of bullish. 4 hour looks a little bit more bullish. It's neutral, but with a bullish tilt. Maybe you do make a move up. Maybe you make a move up in the coming days. That's totally possible. But I don't know, man. This looks like a double top, relative double top to me. If you were to make a move up, it won't be much. It really won't be much. Maybe you move up like 1%, 2%, something like that. Let's see. What would this be? From the current price, yeah, not even 1%. Yeah, I don't know. So if you do move up, it's not going to be by much. I do think that you're going to move down lower eventually. And where are you going to go? Probably below the current cycle low, which is at about 5.3 cents. Where are you going to go from there? I would expect that Dogecoin goes anywhere from about, let's say, 2.9 cents to 3.6 cents. It might bottom higher than that. It might bottom lower than that. It's totally possible, but that's the area that I'm giving it for now. If we were to look at this thing on a weekly basis again and draw a fib here from bottom to top, bottom to top. That was not anchored at the right place, but bottom to top here on this little wigwag. The 1272 is right there at 3.6 cents. 1618 is all the way down there at 2.8 cents, 2.38 cents, I'm sorry. And you know, we could even go below 2 cents too, and that still fits within these extensions. I would say that the more likely areas probably would be around the 1414 to the 1272. We are showing a lot of significance on the 1414, the 2414 area, so Dogecoin kind of likes that, right? That also fits in with the fact that Dogecoin does like its 0.5 area on the overall retracements for its bull and bear cycles. That would be right around 2.9 cents, so maybe we do go there. Let's see. I mean, that's right below the 1414, so maybe we wick below the 1414 and find support on it, as we are kind of doing now with the current price area. And what I mean by that, again, if you guys forget, Doge USD on Bittrex, if we were to take this high here to this low, we are finding support on this 1414 here, but we even wicked a little bit below it. If we were to go down to this 1414 from this low to this high and wick below it, that would put us right at the 0.5, which again, Dogecoin does like that 0.5 area. And I'm pretty sure I talked about this earlier, but you can just see top to bottom here, we found resistance on the 0.5, right? Found it right there. It likes that 0.5 area. From bottom to top here, where do we find support? We found our low for the cycle right at the 0.5 there. If we were to take this bottom here and anchor the top right up here, we actually found resistance where, you guessed it, right at the 0.5. Okay, after the anchor, not before the anchor, after the anchor. That's how you do this, right? If we were to go from top, or well, from bottom to top, the 0.5 is right there. On this chart, it's at 3.1 cents. On the so maybe it is 3.1 cents actually. Is that bottom? That's in March of 2020. Is that the same on Binance? Yes, it is. So with Binance being the more volume exchange, I would take this 0.5 into more consideration. So somewhere below 3 cents, even around 3 cents is totally possible for Dogecoin, which being at a price right now of 7.5 cents, that would be about a 60%, a little bit over a 60% drop, I think, right? Nope, just under a 60% drop, actually, around 60%. So that's all I got to say. You know, I don't make videos on Dogecoin all the time because it's just kind of boring, right? We're not at the exciting parts yet. I will make more videos on it as it gets exciting. I will be the voice of reason, hopefully the voice of reason and not the voice of a madman. When we see stuff like this, I'll be the guy that's like, no, don't sell. The move's not over yet. Okay, you know, maybe start taking chips off the table, or don't think about buying, you know, stuff like that. But right now, I'm definitely not saying buy. I don't think it's a good time to buy. It doesn't matter what I say. This isn't financial advice. It's just my opinion. But the reason I don't make videos on Dogecoin, the reason I don't share my opinion on it all the time, even though I really do love this coin and I think it has great potential in the coming bull market, is because it's just boring. It likes to be boring. You know, it really go back to the Bittrex chart here. It loves to be boring in its bear markets. That's what it does. It goes down and then it's sideways. It goes down and then it's sideways. It's going down and it's sideways. So it's just boring until we find the low, and then things will start to turn up a little bit. But until then, that's the game plan. I do think that things go down from here. I think they're going to just continue to go down, and until proven otherwise, that's my stance on that. So if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.